I'm Karen from Stitches and Jacks. So welcome to everybody, and a special warm welcome to anybody that might be new to the party that is going on here. So come on in, sit down on the sofa or on the bed. I'm in my sort of crafty sewing room. It's still a bedroom, but it has lots of crafty stuff here that I can remove if we have a visitor to stay over. I live in the northwest of England with my husband, and we're empty nesters. We have 5 Jack Russells, which we absolutely adore. I have Bronte, she's my little princess, and we have Dad, Max, and then we have 3 of the boys. They had a litter together, and they had 5 boys, would you believe? So our daughters have got 1 each. So yes, welcome. What can I tell you about myself? I like to knit, I like to crochet, I like to quilt, I like to do some sewing. Yeah, so knitting, what do I like to knit? I like to knit socks. I always like to have a pair of socks on the go. I like to knit shawls. I like to knit baby garments, or toddler garments, or boy garments. Have I said that we've got 5 grandchildren, 4 grandsons, finally a girl. But I'd said that if it'd been the other way around. And we keep forgetting that we've got because we're so used to everything being, boy focused, whatever the boys are into. So I've been on a bit of a crochet journey this last 18 months, and I think it started with this really. I've always underestimated my skills, and I find it very hard to give myself a compliment and to say that I'm good at something or I'm competent at something. And I'm really trying to change my language, because even though I'm not bothered whether somebody's a more accomplished knitter than me, or a crocheter or a sewer or whatever, I just like to think that whatever I do, I've done to the best of my ability. But at the same time, it's okay for me to say that, and you and us, for us to say, yeah, I did a good job there. So I think it started with this last year. I test crocheted this for Alex and my Yarny Corner, and I said, oh, it's beautiful, can I test crochet, but don't tell anybody, just in case I can't do it. She's like, you'll be fine, honestly, you'll be fine, just follow the pattern. Oh my word, I was absolutely addicted to this. I think I finished it a week, 10 days, and didn't work on anything else. And I wore it on Wednesday when I went to quilting. I've just finished made blogs with a pause in between. We had life change. We've had like a happy life change. My stepson, my husband's son, and his lovely partner and their son had moved, and they're literally 12 minutes away. So she came to stay with us, with Reuben for 10 days, and I had the other kids, and my hay fever was really bad, and I just had to stop, which I did give myself a bit of a hard time in the beginning, but then I was like, no, these things happen, and that's what it is. So I decided to come back on today, because I know some people don't watch the vlogs. It's not their cup of tea, which is absolutely fine. So I thought I'd just have a quick roundup of what I've achieved in May and finished in May. So there will be some projects that I've completed in May, and there will be some projects that I've just sort of finished off in May. So it might look as if I've done a lot, but some were already, on the way to finishing. And one was like a hat, and I was looking for the ribbon. I can't tell you how many places I went to get the right ribbon. Did I say this is called Autumn Leaves? And it's on Alex's it's Etsy shop, the pattern there, and it's really reasonable, the price, and yeah, it's beautiful. So you go and have a look. Right, well, May seems to have been such a long month, short month. It's just disappeared. So where do I start? Right, I think I might start at the top of my pile. So Alex, Jeanette and I got together. We had an idea at the beginning of April, I think it was, to see if we could, do make along for Ukraine and GB, Great Britain. And the reason being is I don't live very far from Liverpool. Jeanette's in the northwest and Alex is on the other side. She's in Yorkshire. But we just thought it'd be really nice to see if we could do something. Oh look, I just realised what top I've got on. Not quite Ukrainian colours, but it's the tone maybe. So I had some fabric because Alex is a yarn dyer, which you'll all know, and Jeanette is the fabulous bag maker extraordinaire. So I said, well, I'll donate some stuff because I'm not making anything, and I know that it's like really hard work. So I donated this fabric and the lining to Jeanette, and look what she's made. Oh my word, it's so beautiful. And we only had like 12 sets. We literally provided everything ourselves. Yeah. And the girls, both Jeanette and Alex, provided their time in, making these superb bags, dyeing the beautiful yarn. Yeah, it was just lovely. So the make along finished. I should have said it's Friday, 2nd of June. Is it Friday the 2nd of June? Yes, it is Friday the 2nd. Friday the 2nd of June. Oh my word, I can't believe that it's already, we're in another month. So the rules were quite simple. We wanted to make it as inclusive as possible. So as long as there was yellow and blue in your sock, that would be lovely as a nod to Ukraine. And you could do all sorts of things. If you didn't want to knit a pair of socks, maybe you could gift a pattern to a friend maybe that you knew who enjoyed making socks. If that colourway wasn't yours, perhaps you could make them, for somebody. We only had these 12 sets, but people were able to raid their stash. We're aware of how tight things are, at the moment. It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, we just tried to sort of box everything off. So I've made these socks. So I've got one on my, I was going to say on my foot, but yeah, look at these. I'll have to come forward in my chair. Can you see these? Look at these. The yarn is absolutely beautiful. I'm so sorry to say that for anybody that, wasn't... There were very few that could get it, but yeah, oh my word. Alex and Danny are so clever. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. So that gives you an idea of the pattern. And that's what the sock looks like. Oops. It might look a bit dark, but that's because of the wood underneath. It's still a bit twisted, but it's such a beautiful pattern. Such a beautiful pattern. So, looks a lot of effort, but isn't a lot of effort. So they were made in Alex and Danny's yarn in 4-ply, Walking for Ukraine. That was a colourway. So the pattern was the 60G socks by D19 Eco-Friendly Life. So I'd definitely be making these again. Can you see that there? Yeah. I'll put comprehensive notes down below. So we had that. So this is all that I have out of a 20 gram mini skein that came in the sock set. So I just have that. And I haven't weighed this yet. Oh, crumbs. Excuse me, I've got a soggy bottom. So this is what I've got left of the other yarn. So that should be enough if I do the same, contrast heel toe and cuffs, to get another pair of socks out of there. So this was, that was a ball band that came with them. And Jeanette's Tim, oh my word, he's so lovely, such a generous man. He made some stitch markers to go with them. And what else? Yes, there was this. A little tag. We didn't realise when we did the hashtag you can't have that abbreviation for and. You kind of get the picture, don't you? And then on top of that, I've got a lovely surprise from Abby, who has got the Blue Heart crochet podcast. She actually lives in Liverpool, so she sent us all a little present, and a present for the giveaway, which we are hoping to film early next week and get that up. So yeah, watch this space. So she brought us a postcard. Look at that, isn't that lovely? For anybody who doesn't know, these are like the yellow bananas that were famous in Liverpool a few years ago. As there's various things now. I think it was it nightingales? It was a bird that they had for the Eurovision Song Contest, and various artists like decorate them, and then they get sent off. So yeah, lovely. And look, I've got this absolutely wonderful pin badge, so I'm going to put that on my bag. So I have thanked Abby. So Abby, if you're watching, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that you thought of me. That was so lovely of you. So thank you. So that's that. And then, let me just borrow a sock blocker. One thing I do find when I do like the vlogs, and I hope that you feel that I am getting more competent, shall we say, for want of a better word. It does take a fair amount of time to, regardless of thinking about it and picking your camera up, like the editing, which is fine. I feel that I'm a lot more comfortable now than what I was before. So I decided, when I was poor liver, like chest problems and had bronchitis, chest infection that turned into bronchitis. Oh my word! Anybody that suffered with that, you have my heartfelt sympathies. So the only thing I could knit in, was it March? Yeah, March, when we went away, and the East Anglian Yarn Show was some self-striping yarn. And so I made a pair for my husband. He's got like size 12 feet, so they're like big socks. I need to come back on really and just do like a sock one. That's what I'd like to do, because I'm in a planning mood, I'm in an organisational mood, so that would be really good for me, because I want to do some scrappy socks. So these are from, I don't think they were Yarndale's colour last year, but maybe a couple of years ago. And they're from West Yorkshire Spinners, and Yarndale happens in Yorkshire in about the second or third weekend in September. These are called Maudie, and my nana was Maudie. So I thought I could get 2 pairs out of one ball if I do the same thing again. So I've knitted 1 pair, and these have got a heel flap and gusset. And I've just added, it's West Yorkshire Spinners, the purple. I don't quite know what the colour is. I'll put all the details. Anything I talk about, I'll put the details in the show notes below. Wonder if that'd be my thumbnail. I'm tired. We had the grandchildren yesterday. So I said to my mum, would you like a pair? I showed her what the name was, so she said yes. So she got my very, very first pair, but she said they're a bit big for her. I finally got it out of her. So I said, right, okay, I'll go back to the drawing board. I think I'm a lot better now at making socks, like size-wise. So I've got these, so I'm going to try another pair with what's left and do an afterthought heel, and just see if that makes any difference. So I had to draw around her feet, but they're beautiful. I love them. There's something magical, I think, about striped socks or self-patterning socks. They just seem to knit themselves. Oh my word, it's hot here today. I've been here, there and everywhere. I can't have Bonnie, my granddaughter. The 2 older boys and Benjamin normally stay like once a week. And I can't have Bonnie on the same night because it takes me half an hour from my house to their school. And if she won't eat a breakfast when the boys eat their breakfast, I can't rush her. She's only just turned 1. So at the moment, I'm just having her in the holidays. So I was really looking forward, and I think I'd missed out. Oh, February, but I wasn't well. Yeah, I think I was told I wasn't allowed to have them because I wasn't well. So I was really looking forward to having them all. So the boys came Wednesday, stayed Wednesday night. They were here yesterday, and then I think, without going into too much details, I think they had they've had the beginnings of a stomach bug, and they're still not right today. So Mum came yesterday to collect them, the 3 of them, and took them back. And then I had to go this morning because she's got that wedding hair to do, so she's gone and done that. And then taken Bonnie to nursery, taking the boys back home, and best laid plans, hey? But Ruben stayed, and he was, yes, he stayed, he was fantastic. So that's the first time he stayed on his own. So he's got the cot in his room, which is next door, and we can't move that anywhere. So my husband slept with him, like he was in the bed, the baby was in the cot. And then I took Benjamin in with me, and I had a good night's sleep. I don't sleep so well in my daughter's, I don't sleep in anywhere apart from my own bed. Well, so he was on the floor and he thought that was quite funny. I was telling him the story of when Alfie was first stayed. He was the only grandchild for 5 years, so we wouldn't leave him on like the other side of the house. So he used to sleep on the floor. So yeah, he stayed as well. So we had 5, then we were down to 2. I'm still knackered. So for any of you that might not be aware, or you might not even be interested, I'm a huge royalist, traditionalist, and unfortunately we lost our Queen last September, and her son Charles became king as a matter of succession. And Made by Anita and Serdar had announced a blanket that they were going to do as like the coronation blanket, a crochet along. I didn't know anything about this. I don't know how it had passed me by, but it had. And my daughter texted me one morning, 7:05 it was, and I still remember the time. She said, "Have you seen this?" I'm like, No, I have not. Why have I missed this? And she goes, "Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it?" She goes, "I can't get a kit though, Mum. I can't get a kit." So, lucky enough, our nearest local yarn shop to me, which is fabulous, and it's a modern yarn, and it's lovely. The lady in there is absolutely lovely. I messaged her, and she had got a kit. I said, "Would it be possible for me to have 2?" And she said, "Of course." So I've never heard of Made by Anita, but I've been on her page. Go and have a look. Oh my word, she's got some wonderful, wonderful projects, and she's got some free patterns as well, which I'm going to come back and talk to you on the next podcast. So I have finished my coronation blanket, and I'm keeping it here, entering it here in my May projects and finishes, because I had, up until like the night before, I still hadn't sewn on my motifs and my label. What's been lovely being in the Facebook group is seeing people's different interpretation. There was different ways that you could finish it. So let me see if I can show you. And it's made out of Hayfield Bonus DK. And like any cows, the packs were sold out. They couldn't get the yarn. So some people are still finishing, and some people have done a slightly different colourway depending on what they've got in the stash, which is good. So here we are. It's a lot bigger than what I thought. Oh, that's rubbish. Oh, hold on. Let me just turn it around. I'll put it on the floor. Here's my blanket in all its glory. And oh my word, do I love it. Really, really love it. I was expecting it to be sort of red, white and blue, to be the United Kingdom. But I really love the story behind this. This blanket is to represent King Charles's life. So for those of you who don't know, he was in the Navy. So the blue is to represent his time at sea. I have made one mistake, I will point it out, but I hadn't turned my work. Oh, let me just see. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can get down. Right, so it's this bit here. I love all the texture in the blanket and what she got us to do. And you were supposed to, I think, turn the blanket over. I managed to do it there, but I haven't done it there. And this is supposed to represent the sea. So I'm just saying it's a calm day then. Calm day. The green represents his environmental life, the ethos that he lives by, and the encouragement and projects that he carries out. And then the The purple is like for his ermine cloak. You've got the jewels for the crown, and they remind me of, have you ever seen the Disney film, the original Disney film of Robin Hood and the crown of, was it King John, and how they poke through. And when Anita showed you this, oh my word, I thought that's so cat-handed. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but I did it. It was a new like join as you go method, and I had to have it on the table, but once I had it at the table and had it laid out, it was dead easy. And then this last piece here is supposed to represent his cloak and all the gold embroidery that was on it. And then right, you could put things where you wanted. So I decided that I wanted to put the crown, the orb, and the sceptre in the middle to represent his coronation. I've got the Tudor rose. I did that. I was so proud of myself. So I've done that. Really loved doing that. I just love the way the blanket was constructed, and she talked you through things. Yeah, and I should say I'm really proud of doing that. It was such fun to do it. So you crocheted it all flat, then sewed it together, and then just added a bit of embroidery, but you were just using the yarn that was in your pack. And then, so I chose to do the English Tudor rose for England. I did the thistle, and that's the only thing I'm a little bit, well, I was quite happy with it until my daughter-in-law came, and she started laughing. She goes, "What is that?" I was a bit offended. No, I wasn't. But I've trimmed it now, and I think it's a bit better. But I'm just wondering if I glue some of it down, whether that would be better. I don't know. And then here I've got the daffodil for Wales, and oh my word, am I proud of this. Really, really proud of this. I was thinking, oh my word, Karen, look at what you can do if you follow a pattern. You can actually do this. Oh, you can see my dodgy socks. I just had a bath, and because I didn't have time this morning, so I just put some cream on my feet and my dodgy socks. But you didn't need to know that either. And this is for Ireland, the 3-leaf of clover. Oh my word, look, I love doing that. So there was a label that came with it, but being a quilter, I had to put my label on the back. So that's what I've done. Right, just bear with me. Oh, it's way too hot for me to be getting up and down. So I hope you appreciated, looking at that and seeing it. It's absolutely fantastic. There were some new stitches in there. And the videos, they were really good, and it was all free. You could download the pattern for free, and it was like 6 weeks. You didn't have to finish it in 6 weeks. You take your time. And there were some people that were making 2 or 3 blankets at the same time. And I did fall behind because also I wasn't. I keep saying I wasn't well. I don't mean for you to go, oh, poor you. I don't mean that at all. It's just the fact that there were some days when I didn't do any crafting. That shows you how poorly I was feeling. And I didn't have any tea, so I was really poorly. So excellent. The label that's on the back that I've put on the back of the quilt, it's so lovely. If you bought the kit, you got the label, which my daughter and I did. But I'll let you into a secret. Black Sheep Wools had a big jar of them on their till. I think Serdar obviously had ordered so many, but there was a delay in sourcing some of the yarn. It came from Turkey and some came from India, so they weren't able to sell like as many packs as they thought they might be. So if you go onto Black Sheep Wools website, you'll be able to order one. So if you've made one out of your stash, or you couldn't get a kit and have had to buy individual balls, you'll be able to get it from Black Sheep Wools. So I'm really chuffed with myself. It's taught me a lot. I'm not bothered if somebody finishes before me, and as long as I just somebody likes it, I don't mind. I don't think I've put any pictures on though, but I was just quite happy to take part. My daughter did one as well, and she is a beautiful crocheter, and I was comparing hers to mine, and I think I've done a good job. It's not a precious blanket. I'll probably go in my office, but if the boys want to have a blanket over them when they're here, then they can pull that out. So that's my crochet. Just bear with me, I've had a text message. Right, sorry about that. That was my daughter-in-law asking if it was still okay for them to come over. They've been here, moved in last week. So they've been up, they've moved. My stepson was down in Hampshire, sorted all the house out and everything. And my daughter-in-law came and stayed with us for 10 days. I'll probably repeat myself. I'm just still getting used to it. It's not like a 6-hour journey that you can just pop in for a cup of tea. And and it's just lovely. My husband and I are just like, yay, like we all are, the rest of the family, the girls and whatever. Right, let's get back to what I was talking about. Well, do you know what? I feel a bit like is it Ronnie Corbett in his chair, going like this with his glasses. So the other thing that I finished in May, I don't know whether I started it in May. I think I did start it in May, and I finished it for Bonnie's first birthday. She's my one and only granddaughter. Yeah, I think that's right, because before that I was making all these blocks and they just weren't right, and I was like pulling stuff out of my stash. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. I know what to do, but I don't know what's wrong. And I was crocheting in a blanket. That's gone as well. But was that finished in May? But I don't think I've shown you. And I got a blanket out, and I was, working on the border. I'd done just a simple corner-to-corner blanket, with a cream border to go around it. And as I'm looking at it, the block that I'd made was by the side. And I thought, it doesn't match. Why on earth am I choosing all pinks and things? I think it was because I was trying to do pink because she was a girl, but I wanted her to have a quilt for her first birthday and a blanket for a cot for her first birthday. So I literally went to the quilt shop. I had 10 minutes because it was closing. It was an hour earlier than what I thought. So it took me 10 minutes to choose my fabric. So I've made this. If you've seen the vlog, I think you will have seen some of it, some of it. I was really up to the wire with it. I think I was it on the day of her birthday? Yes, because she had 2 parties, as she's a princess. She had 2 parties. One was on the Tuesday. It was just like a little team. My husband and I just went round, the boys and my daughter and Bonnie. So I wanted to give it to her there. And she had a party on the Saturday, but I just didn't want to give it to her there, just in case something got dropped on it. So yeah, 10 minutes. So I just did. So I thought, what can I do? I've got to do a quick quilt. And I've got the rest of my life, what's left of it. Oh, that sounds bad, doesn't it? I'm feeling good today. I don't think anybody's cutting the grass. Yeah, I've got years to make other quilts. I'm so sorry. That was such a bad thing to say, wasn't it? Yeah, look. So we're kind of into fairies in a sense. I'm not a fairy person. My mum likes fairies, and if I see a fairy, I'll buy her something like that. And we were on holiday last October. I had no idea what to take her back as a gift. And then there was this, just out the corner of my eye, was this hanging decoration. And it was just the most beautiful fairy, but got beautiful red hair, as Bonnie has, I thought. So it used to be on a hook near her changing mat, and she always studied that when she was having a nappy changed. So I went in, and I don't mean to offend anybody either, I'm not really into Disney. I've never been a great fan. It's okay. But I just saw Tinkerbell. And I quite like Tinkerbell. I think she's a bit of a sassy minx. Is that right? I've been told what sassy means, yeah. So I've just chosen these. So that was it. That was in the collection. This was in the collection. That was in the collection. And that one. So I took 4 fabrics. This is what caught my eye. I took that. And then the others I've just picked myself and put them together. I'm sure I'm really, really pleased with it. I'm hoping when I have her on Thursday. So I've got it back. So, no, lovely, I'll have it back. Because I want to take some pictures, and I want to take some pictures of her. We just didn't get the opportunity. Because she was eating something. What was it? I think she's been introduced to jam. She's got some allergies, and she's allowed to have a jammy toast or jam sandwich, which she adores. So yeah, she wasn't coming anywhere near this being sticky. Let me just show you this. And again, oh, let me put it on the floor. Let me put it on the floor. Right, it's on the floor. It's just on the top of the blanket, which obviously you can see, and it seems to be a bit scrunched up because I took it to quilting for show and tell, and I folded it up and put it in my bag. When I was getting everything ready today, I was like, oh my word, what have I done with my quilt? I've lost my quilt. I've lost my quilt. But it's was in my bag that I keep my thing in, sewing machine in. But this is, yeah, what it looks like. Oh my word, it's so beautiful. And I've just quilted it simply where the line goes down from the fabric. I've just gone either side down and then gone back up. Which when my teacher saw it, oh, it is so crumpled. It isn't really like that in real life. I need to give it another iron. Yeah. When my teacher saw it, she took it away and just showed everybody when he was explaining the quilting technique, and yeah, I was quite embarrassed. She was, yeah, very happy, very happy. Right, I hope that's okay. I'll need to iron it. I didn't realise it's that creased, but it's, yeah, to say that I'm chuffed is is something. I'm really happy with that. And then I think I started this in April, but it wasn't finished. This is a Serdal pattern, which I think I bought last year. Look at this. I think it's still got the, yeah, it's still got an end to sew in, but this is for Bonnie. It was supposed to be for Easter, but I didn't get it finished. I think I still had to sew the arms on and the sew the arms on and sew the ends in. Oh my word. Right, and look at this. How cute is this? And this is the leftovers from when I made the snowman for my mum last year. Not the snowman, the Father Christmas. So I still had some. So this is a pattern. I just thought this would be ideal. It is a bit big for her at the moment, but I'm thinking like August, September time. You know, when she goes out and she needs something on, but perhaps not like a coat or a jacket. This might be warm enough for her to be on, and then she can wear it like in the winter. So this is the pattern. This is Serdal. It's just so cute. But I didn't use Serdal. And I think with baby toddler things, you can use other yarn. So it's all from my stash. So I thought, right, she needs a bonnet. So this is what I've made her. I've done like a lace frill, and I can't tell you how difficult it was to get that ribbon. Oh my word, I've been here, there and everywhere. Yeah, little crown. And we were going out. I just showed my daughter just to see if it fitted. And lucky enough, I'd taken it with me because when Bonnie was wearing it, this was flapping up. So I've just had to sew all that down. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And it's just such a gorgeous colour. So I made that out of, well, I've got the ball band, yes. Rico Baby Classic DK. So yes. So that's that one. And then what else did I make? Oh yes. I still like the old-fashioned patterns. I know it's all the rage to go on Ravelry, but I'm of mine, go wherever you want. So my daughter wanted like a bolero jacket. Oh, could do with taking the, just bear with me while I'm fiddling. I want to try and prep it all. I'm hoping that I can get some photographs of her wearing this, but I don't know how much she'll let me dress and undress her. So let me just see if I can get it without you seeing it. So this one, I think, was made in April, but didn't have a blooming button. Or I thought I'd sewn the button on when I got it out of its basket. I hadn't. So I made this out of, I think Laura and I did a swap. So this is Peekaboo Serdal Snuggly. I think it's been discontinued though. So that's where it is. And that's the lot number. I don't know whether a shop would have that. And that's what it looked like in the skein. So I made this little jacket. How gorgeous is this? I showed my daughter the other day, and she's got a little flower on there with the same little button to pick this out. And I used Sirdar Snuggly DK. Yeah, I had enough to make her a little hat. So she'll wear, and it'll be like that. Oh my word, she's going to look so adorable. So she's, her dad thinks that that's not going to fit her either. It's going to be put away. So a couple more months and she might get into that. So, which that's good. And then last but not least, I'll show you, but I need to block this. Yeah, we turn the Arga off. We're just trying to keep the fuel bill down because it's a gas filled Arga. It was here when we moved in, and it's also way too hot now. I think Bronte's going to leave home because that's where she sits. So while it's been warm outside, she's not been too bad. But she comes down every morning, goes to the Arga, and then realises that it's not on. So I thought another thing that might be good for Bonnie to have would be like a little poncho. So I had this pattern. I think I bought this for a friend and I made it many years ago. So it's a Snuggly Baby Crofter DK. Look at that baby, she's gorgeous, isn't she? So I've made this in Crofter. I think I've been making age 1 to 2, and I used 100 grams and a bit. Let's see if I can get this on. It's no good, is it? And I bought this yarn originally for Fred, but I just run out of time, like to knit everything. So this is the little. I don't know how to hold this really. This is the little poncho that you can just put over like a clothes, or a mum can put over clothes. It's just here. So not having the Arga, I can't block anything. So my socks are raw, but I'll have to have a go at that. If it's still sunny tomorrow, I'll block it and then can take it over when I go to church on Sunday. Oh, I have one last thing. I had a whole long list of what I wanted to make, and this was started. It was started a bit earlier than May, but I finished it in May. I think when I showed on my May vlogs, I just had, I think, 2 complete of the I think it's called Sunburst Granny Square, and then I just have all the middles. So I had to finish 7 of them, and then I had to join them, which I did, and it was just with like a slip stitch, and then I've done a double crochet round. It's got a bit stiff, but I'm just going to soak it, make it smell nice, and that's going to go in her pram that we bought her for her birthday, which she adores. And that's it. So I hope that was okay today, and I hope that you enjoyed like a slightly different format and give you a bit more of an idea of what I've made, a little bit more detail. So I'm going to come back and I'm just going to share with you my plans for June for my makes. I've decided that I would like to do smaller projects and not these great big projects, because I found that I've been putting things off. Like I'd really, really like to make a pair of scrappy socks, and I must have made at least 40 pairs of socks, and I've never made a scrappy pair. I keep thinking, I'll do it. I really don't want to have a list, but I've been thinking about it. So I've planned June, July and August of things that I would like to do. So one is just like a pair of scrappy socks, and then another thing is perhaps to do some hand sewing. So I've put these down as well. So I'll come back and share and show you where I'm up to, and then I'll come back at the end of the month and we'll see what progress I've made. Let me just get a drink of water. Yes, so that's it, I think, for today. I hope you are okay. I'd like to know what your summer plans are, and I'd like to, wish you well. Stay safe. Come back and see me again. What we're going to do tonight. I think we're going to just get takeaway tonight. Both of us are so tired. I think it's going to be hard work having like the two little ones together. Not that they're just children at that age. And as Bonnie gets older, sort of the end of the year should be the age that Ruben is, and it'll be a lot better. And then obviously Ruben will be a little bit older as well. So I'm just terrified that they would, fall over and bang their heads on the wood floor and the tiles that we've got. That's just overreacting. Right, I've done it, and I'm very proud of myself that I have done this. So I've got to do my editing, and I don't know whether it's going to be up today or be up tomorrow. So yes, I'll look forward to seeing you soon again. If you could do something for me, which would be really nice. I should have said this in the beginning. If you could leave me a comment or give me a like, that would be really nice, and that will boost my little YouTube channel, and we'll see if we can get some more people coming to the party. Right, I'm going, my loves. Okay, take care. God bless. I'll see you later.